Hello, viewers. This is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series, and it looks like we've got Bant Aggro versus White Weenie. Weenie currently has an Incited Rabble, a Dragon Hunter. He just threw down the Throbbing Inspector, and an Anointer of Champions. So he's got quite the team on the board right now. So Bant's gonna have to throw down something pretty staunch, something like a Sylvan Advocate here, or Lambholt Pacifist. You know, it can't attack right now, but a 3/3 blocker versus Weenies is actually pretty good. Now, Bant really has to hope that he doesn't have a Thalia's Lieutenant in hand, otherwise this is going to get out of hand very fast. Or a land and always watching. All in. Well, almost. So Anointer is live, so it can give a +1 to either one of these creatures. Incited Rabble could be Fire Breathed. So turning that into a 3/4, and that is 5 damage, so Bant is down to 11. Second main phase, Kithian, Hero of Akros. But now is the time that Bant should start getting back some momentum. You know, there are a lot of creatures in Bant Aggro that are, pretty cheap, 2 mana, and pretty staunch. Lambholt Pacifist, Sylvan Advocate. He's running Throbbing Inspector as well, so, Throbbing Inspector is a really good chump blocker in this situation. And Declaration in Stone on Kithian. And it looks like Bant missed his land drop. And this is really not the time to miss your land drops. He's got 6 cards in hand. He really could have used the mana to be able to play something else this last turn. Especially going into 3 mana on White Weenie's turn. Thalia's Lieutenant is vicious. Always Watching is just as vicious. And playing it safe here. Same attack as last time. And no blocks, so same damage as last time. So Bant is down to 6. Another Throbbing Inspector. So things are looking pretty bad for Bant right now. If he doesn't play a land, I was going to say, if he doesn't play a land here, I don't know that he can win from here. And he draws his card and concedes. So, unfortunately for Bant, he got screwed. But let's go to game 2 and see what happens. Okay, first turn Expedition Envoy from White Weenie. Second turn Lambholt Pacifist from Bant. So it looks like Bant is having a better start than last time. Dragon Hunter, followed by Griff's Boon on the Expedition Envoy. So now he's got a 3/1 flyer. So unfortunately, his decent blocker isn't going to be able to do anything about the Expedition Envoy. Luckily, it's early game, so 3 damage isn't that big a deal right now. And Tireless Tracker. Alright, so a 3/3 and a 3/2. Decent protection against the weenies on the ground. He's still got the flyer, but again, it's still early game, so the damage that the flyer is going to deal isn't really that important right now. a second Griff Spoon. All right, so going from 3 to 6 damage is, 3 is not really that big a deal right now. 6 is a pretty big deal right now. So that's 6 damage to the face on turn 3. Bant will be down to 11. He's only got 2 more turns to come up with an answer for this problem, or he's dead, and there's nothing he's going to be able to do about it. Land gets him a clue token. He's up to 4 mana. Unfortunately for him, these are 2 different creatures. Otherwise, a declaration in stone here would solve his problem perfectly. Duskwatch Recruiter, another very good creature. Unfortunately, it can't block flying, which is his big problem right now. Oh, wow, a third Griff Spoon. That might just be the game right there. I mean, maybe not this turn, but next turn. I mean, that's 9 damage in the air, and Bant can't touch them. And I have to say, this is an even more ridiculous run for White Weenie than his first game. His first game is a fairly typical aggressive start for a White Weenie deck. This is just ridiculous. 3 Griff Spoons in, 4 turns. And then Town Gossip Monger, not like it's going to matter much. At this point, White Weenie, or I was going to say, Bant is going to have to board clear, and he didn't have it. I mean, when you can get 3 Griff Spoons in 3 consecutive turns, that is messed up. But it's not going to happen very often. Getting 3 copies of, 4 instances in your deck at 60 cards, it will happen, but you can't ever rely on that happening reliably. It's just not something you can do. But then again, just 1 Griff Spoon typically is quite the aggression multiplier for White Weenie, because there is kind of a lack of flyers and reach creatures in standard right now, or at least in the top tiers, because there really isn't much of a call for it. So Griff Spoon is a niche answer to being able to get around a lot of the big problems that your typical aggro deck is going to put in your way. Well, I'm going to end the video there. That was Bant Aggro, who had a real rough go, versus White Weenie, who had really, 2 exceptional runs. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.